yes, sometimes. Welcome back. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show, opening you up to incredible conversation right here on S3, and especially if you love music, because right now you've definitely heard of today's guest. We are talking about the man, the myth, the legend, Leslie Kleinsmith in the building, an absolute South African jazz legend who's been at the forefront of our music scene for years. Now, everything from unforgettable performances to mentoring young talent, Leslie's journey is one of passion and absolute perseverance. So I think this deserves a big feel-good welcome! Leslie, how are you doing?
So far, so good.
Yeah,
except for this time of the morning, a bit bruised.
It's very early in comparison to what you might be used to, the late night jazz scene, obviously.
Well, I tell you, I'm a night person, not a morning person.
Yeah, so while down on looking this good, we can just consider this is like the late part of the night, you know? We haven't gone to bed yet. You can
Continuation of last night, yeah.
Listen, let's talk about everything with you, your career. It has been incredible. Years of success, years of great collaborations, years of traveling. Your sound must have evolved through the years.
Certainly has. Yeah.
Talk to me about that sort of progression. If you could somehow highlight this transition of how you've gotten to where you are now. How did this all begin, man?
Well, I started off doing what we then called variety shows. In the local municipality, well, the community halls and in church halls and that kind of thing. And then later I progressed to being the front man of various bands, doing all the pop stuff. And then much later, I got to meet people like Tony Shoulder, you know, the Cape Town pianist, legendary Tony Shoulder. And from him, I started to learn the jazz part of the music. And that kind of stuck with me for many years, and I think it still lives with me.
Was that like moment? Because we all find that moment when it's like, this is me, this is what I'm going to gravitate towards and express. Was that moment for you in jazz?
Most certainly, because the time that I spent with Tony Shoulder and musicians of that caliber, it kind of cemented my wanting to be in the jazz field. And even now when I look back, I think most of what I do now, vocally or musically, really I learned from people like him and other musicians that I worked with.
And I feel like you took those batons and then lit them up even more and then sent them back around the world. So we're so appreciative of that. And not only the fact that you stuck to sort of one medium, but you've played in so many spaces throughout your career. One iconic role being that of the musical District 6, which you played a part in, and for so many years, that was iconic, and it still is, to say the least. What was that like for you, that experience?
Well, I'm happy to say that the experience itself was very good, and obviously took me back to my childhood days in District 6. Wonderful memories that I have, and was relived night after night on the Baxter theatre stage. Sorry, what was the question?
Well, no, it was more about the experience. I mean, really for you, looking back on all those years, being a part of District 6 play, I mean, it's not just you reliving a moment, but you're getting to express some of your history as well, right?
Well, playing the role of Kasim certainly gave me the opportunity to do that. And District 6, the musical, opened a lot of doors for a lot of us. A lot of us had never acted before. It was my first experience in theatre. And from that angle, I also ended up learning a lot. And now I love the theatre, musical theatre, that would be. And wish I could do it every day.
And I feel like it's something that you live, whether it's on stage or not. It's something that you just exude. So you are living it every day, my friend.
I tell you, in the beginning, it wasn't that easy, but it has become part of my life. It's kind of second nature right now.
And looking on your life, looking on this legacy, looking on this incredible journey that you've had, I'm sure there's so many other jazz artists that are looking to you as inspiration, looking to you as someone that opens so many doors for them. What would you love for that lesson to be when it comes to that next generation? What would you want them to look out for? What advice do you have for them, seeing that you've kind of got all the experience that anybody kind of needs?
Well, I tell you, show business is full of potholes. And the potholes will always be there. So first of all, they're going to have to watch out for that. And then generally just to stick to the ethics of the game. If you do that, you will always be working. People will always be calling you. and asking you to come and perform.
And just like us calling you to please share your magic with us. So I want to say thank you, Leslie, for doing exactly that and giving us an opportunity to experience the legendariness of this legend himself and diving into jazz music. So thank you. And especially...
Thank you very
Especially
much.
for this time of the morning. You're looking incredible, and I know you're going to sound it too. So Mzansi, a lot to look forward to. Before we do, we're going to, Leslie, just get freshed up and let's head to the kitchen and see what's happening out there.